What's good, everyone? Welcome to the Power Up Podcast, episode number 7. I still have to figure out what I'm going to do after I run out of fingers, but I think I got an idea, and I'm hopeful that it'll, be a little fun. I am your host, Sir Snorlax, aka Dennis. We got a lots to cover. This was originally going to be a very long episode that I ended up breaking up into 2 episodes because of the amount of news we had and some other things that we're going to be discussing. But one thing I can say we will be talking about is I saw Thunderbolts, and I'm going to tell you all about it, what my thoughts were. It's going to be spoiler free. I don't want to ruin the movie for anyone who has not gotten the opportunity to watch it, unlike what Marvel has been doing, but, we'll talk about that. But we will talk about that, and we have another review coming up in the next episode that I'm very excited about. So let's get into it here. First and foremost, Southwest Florida FGC. Southwest Florida FGC Retro Night number 1. We had a Tekken Tag Tournament 2, 2v2 tournament. Whew, that's a mouthful. And here are the results. In 5th place, the teams were made up randomly on the spot, day of tournament. One of the teams in 5th place, T-Sama, Flamio. In the 5th place as well, TV Tengu and Crispy Chris. In 4th place, we had Foz and McLover. In 3rd place, we had Fighting Focus and your boy, Sir Snorlax. In 2nd place, we had Kaz and Big Boss Brandon. And in 1st place, we had Samurai Soda and Spiker. Now, the next tournament that we had on that evening was Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. In 7th place, we had Spiker. Tied for 7th as well was Lennon. In 5th place, we had Foz. In 5th place, we also had Big Boss Brandon. In 4th place, we had Walt Coyote. In 3rd place, we had TV Tengu. In 2nd place, it's your boy, Sir Snorlax. And in 1st place, of course, Migeru. Strong showing for Migeru. Absolutely. Strong showing from Migeru. So those were the results for the Southwest Florida FGC Retro Night, kicking it old school. And shouts out to the Southwest Florida FGC. Support your locals. Support your locals. It's very important. These communities are thriving, and they just need the support. So on to some news. Microsoft Xbox announced price increases, I should say, to a variety of their hardware, and has already announced upcoming increases to software as well. So as we see here, this chart showing us the hardware price increases. The Xbox Series S, 512 gigabytes, is going up to $379.99 from its $299.99 price. The Xbox Series S 1 terabyte going up to $429.99 from its $349.99 price point. The Xbox Series X Digital, $549.99 is this new price from its $449.99 price. The Xbox Series X, $599.99 to its $499.99 from its old $499.99 old price. Seeing a pattern here, right? The Xbox Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Black going up to $729.99. And its original price point was $599.99. I mean, it's ridiculous. Our core controllers are staying at $64, great, but the and so are the color ones. The special editions are going up $10. The limited edition ones are also going up $10. The core Xbox Elite Series 2 controller is staying at its price, but the full controller is going up to $199.99. This is, the market is changing, and we've seen it with when we discussed in a previous episode the changes happening in around the world with Sony increasing the PlayStation prices. We saw what happened during the announcement of the Nintendo Switch 2. Them making the changes to the hardware, not the actual console, but the accessories going up in price. And in their statement, they said right now they're not increasing the prices on the Switch console, but it could go up as well. I foresee it not only that going up, but I foresee the PlayStation 5 going up in price here in the U.S. As it has across the world. So it just it's hurting our pockets. It's making Xbox, for example, a little more inaccessible to those, and that might sway some people deciding whether they want to get into a new Xbox or a new PlayStation. It's gonna suck. Um, you know, Game Pass is a very convenient thing to have, but if you can't get the console to play it on, now of course everything is an Xbox, I know, but you know, still. So that's it sucks, but it's how the world is moving now, and we're gonna have to make adjustments, unfortunately, as these things continue to increase in price. So, on to the next story. Uh, Assassin's Creed Shadows has announced its year one post launch roadmap. Early May, first story drop number one. The first story drop is the works of Luis Feroz. I hope I said that correctly. It's a new free quest, a codex update, and quality of life improvements. In late May, they're going to be releasing a first special collaboration and parkour updates and photo mode updates. In June, we can expect the second story drop for new free quest, new ally for your league, new difficulty settings, gameplay immersion options, open world alarm system, headgear and cutscene option. Additional free content to come includes new game plus, community feedback updates, new story drops, special collaborations, codex updates, animus content, and new rewards. Optional paid content will come in the form of store drops and Claws of Awaji expansion. So it's pretty cool that they're going. I mean, it seems like Ubisoft is really going all out on Assassin's Creed Shadows. I have not played it, but I'm looking forward to play it. It's just my time's been a little busy with something else that we're going to talk about in the next episode. But it, they're really pouring their all into this, and it's really cool. It's definitely something really awesome. So going into a not so great story, Hun- we had we saw some big layoffs happen at EA. This article comes from Andy Robinson at videogamechronicle.com. Hundreds of jobs lost as EA calls two Respawn game projects. Up to 400 workers are said to have been laid off. Electronic Arts has canceled two projects at Apex Legends studio Respawn and reportedly laid off hundreds of workers across its entire business. On Tuesday, Respawn announced it had made the decision to step away from two early stage incubation projects and made some targeted team adjustments across Apex Legends and Star Wars Jedi. According to Bloomberg, these projects include an extraction shooter set in this Titanfall universe that was not close to release. 100 staff have been laid off at Respawn, it's claimed, and a further 200 to 300 others across departments at EA. A company spokesperson said, as part of our continued focus on our long-term strategic priorities, we've made select changes within our organization that more effectively aligns teams and allocates resources in service of driving future growth. Respawn will continue to work on new Apex Legends content and the third entry in its Star Wars Jedi series. It said it said these decisions aren't easy and we are deeply grateful to every teammate affected. Their creativity and contributions have helped build Respawn into what it is today. We're offering meaningful support to those impacted, including exploring new opportunities within EA. EA shares declined by more than 16% in January, losing around 6 billion in market value after it made a pre-earnings announcement that FC 25 and Dragon Age The Veilguard had failed to meet its expectations. In a statement published last year alongside the announcement of nearly 700 company-wide layoffs, EA Entertainment President Laura Miele, I hope I said that correctly, said that after a review, it had decided Respawn should focus on the Jedi and Apex Legends series. Another Star Wars game was announced in 2022, helmed by former Lucas Arts veteran and Medal of Honor co-creator Peter Hirschman, was canceled. You hate to see people lose their jobs, and it just can. It's. I feel that we've been going through this just continuous cycle of layoffs at studios, and it sucks, and I feel horrible for these people that are losing their jobs, and I'm hoping that they are getting back on their feet and getting back out to work and finding other jobs out there as developers, and my best wishes to them all. So tell me what you think about these big changes. Moving on to our next story. Destiny 2 is getting an entire Star Wars themed expansion called Renegades later this year, and also Darth Vader. This article comes from Ethan Gash at Kotaku. Lightsabers and blasters come to Bungie's loot shooter in December. The next year of Destiny 2 includes a massive homage to Star Wars. Destiny 2 Renegades is an expansion coming in December, complete with lightsabers and a destination that looks very reminiscent of Tatooine. What exactly will Renegades entail besides Star Wars fonts and iconic weaponry from a galaxy far, far away? Bungie isn't saying just yet. The announcement comes as a one more thing tease at the end of its Year of Prophecy showcase, focus on what the future of its sci-fi MMO shooter looks like, and there's no information yet on just how closely it'll bleed into actual Star Wars universe, though the team isn't being shy about the inspiration. Bungie said the expansion, which launches before the end of 2025 pending any delays, will take players to a lawless frontier within the Destiny solar system that channels the sci-fi Western style of the Star Wars universe. Presumably, there won't be any actual fictional crossover, even if Bungie has been known to do plenty of brand collaborations and multiverse references in the past. Players already went hands-on with their first taste of Star Wars in the world of Destiny a few months back when Stormtrooper costumes and other Star Wars-themed cosmetics were put up for sale in the game. Despite their lore-crushing vibes, live service games have embraced more and more crossovers in recent years, presumably because despite their grumbling, that's the stuff players are actually willing to spend money on. In fact, the Destiny 2 Year of the Prophecy Ultimate Edition even comes with skins for Darth Vader and other Star Wars villains. Yes, there are about to be Darth Vaders running around Bungie's planet-hopping space wizard playground like it's Star Wars Battlefront 2 or something, though unfortunately for Hunter and Warlock mains, he seems to be a class specific to Titans. It'll be interesting to see how an entire expansion like Renegades walks the narrative continuity tightrope. Maybe it'll remain a strictly Destiny expansion in Star Wars cosplay, or maybe it'll be it's a chance for Bungie to try something completely different now that a decade of storytelling around its Light and Darkness saga is finally wrapped up following last year's final shape climax. Destiny 2's next expansion, The Edge of Fate, will arrive July 15th and will likely give players plenty to do in the wait for Renegades. I love Star Wars. I'm probably going to get back into Destiny because of this. So in December, I'm probably going to spend some money. And yeah, it sounds awesome. Lightsabers, blasters, the whole nine. I mean, it fits the universe, so it'll be cool. We'll see what else they show us on this. So that'll be awesome. Our next story, Pal World, currently in a lawsuit with Nintendo, made a sad post regarding the lawsuit and the changes they are having to make to Pal World and the future. This is this tweet that they released May 8th. We would like to express our sincere gratitude and appreciation for the continued support of our fans over the past few months. We apologize for not being able to share as much information as we would like, but we trust our fans understand how difficult it is to be transparent while litigation is ongoing. Currently, we remain involved in prolonged legal proceedings regarding alleged patent infringement. We continue to dispute these claims and assert the invalidity of the patents in question. However, we have had to make certain compromises in order to avoid disruptions to the development and distribution of Pal World. On November 30th, 2024, we released patch V03 0.3.11 for Pal World. This patch removed the ability to summon pals by throwing pal spheres and instead changed it to a static summon next to the player. Several other game mechanics were also changed with this patch, as many have speculated these changes were indeed a result of the ongoing litigation. Everyone here at Pocket Pair was disappointed that this adjustment had to be made, and we fully understand that many players feel the same frustration. Unfortunately, as the alternative would have led to an even greater deterioration of the gameplay experience for players, it was determined that this change was necessary. Furthermore, we regret to inform players that with the implementation of patch V0.5.5, we must make yet another compromise. From this patch onward, gliding will be performed using a glider rather than with pals. Pals in the player's team will still provide passive buffs to gliding, but players will now need to have a glider in their inventory in order to glide. We understand that this will be disappointing for many, just as it is for us, but we hope our fans understand that these changes are necessary in order to prevent further disruptions to the development of Pal World. We also want to extend our apologies to our fans for the discomfort and concern this ongoing litigation has caused. We remain committed to developing Pal World and delivering exciting new content for our fans. On behalf of everyone at Pocket Pair and Team Pal World, thank you again for your continued support. I'm just going to say it, Nintendo's in the wrong for this one. I mean, we're talking about, yes, I get it. It's a Pokemon like, but come on. Like I've seen videos, I've not played the game, but the game, while it has Pokemon likeness to it, I don't feel is close enough to Pokemon. I mean, they have guns, for God's sakes. So I feel Nintendo's in the wrong for this, but Nintendo's known to do this. I mean, there was a fan-made Metroid Prime 2, remaster, and they shut that down so they could release their own Metroid Samus Returns on the 3DS. So, I mean, I'm not surprised. I kind of expected it. I'll be honest, I was surprised it took them that long, because it seemed like, they were, I don't know, it just seemed like something that they would have jumped on right away, because Nintendo's going to Nintendo. And it sucks. So hopefully the resolution of this will come and it will be beneficial for both parties. Uh, that's all I can say on the matter. I don't know that much on law. The next story is a rumor that's been swirling around for a very long time. A rumor, if true, it'll be exciting, but I have my doubts. This article comes from the Video Games Chronicle. Half-Life 3 is playable end-to-end, Valve insider claims. The game is being play tested religiously and widely, it's reported. Half-Life 3 is playable end-to-end and could be announced this year, a Valve insider has claimed. Tyler McVicker, who has a history of insider reporting on Valve projects, claimed in his latest YouTube discussion that the game, which is reportedly codenamed HLX, is far enough ahead in development that it can be played from start to finish. McVicker claimed that HLX is being play tested by a sizable group of people and that some of them have already leaked plot details to other people. HLX is being play tested so religiously and so widely that there are individuals that will just talk, he said. I personally have a policy of avoiding any story-related questions or information where possible. So I currently have avoided all of them, but I've been offered it by people whom are trustworthy, and I know that some of my contemporaries have been given it. So there is information out there about the plot. Elsewhere in his video, McVicker stressed that Half-Life 3 is not a VR title like Half-Life Alyx was, and that Alyx had been leaked significantly more than HLX had been at this point in development, suggesting that the current project is being kept more tightly under wraps to an extent. At this point in Alyx's development, I knew the ending. I knew pretty much every major gameplay aspect of it. At this point, I had screenshots. Given its reported stage of development, McVicker said that the game could be ready for an announcement this summer and the release in the winter, though it was stressed that this was purely guesswork on his part. This is the furthest it's ever been, he explained, period. The game is playable end to end, period. It's never been that far, and they're optimizing it, polishing it. They're probably content locked, or if they're not, they're mechanic locked. Back in 2021, McVicker said that there was no Half-Life 3 game in development at the time because Valve was instead busy working on a game called Citadel, which would eventually evolve to Neon Prime and then become Deadlock. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. We have been getting teased and stuff comes out and people talk about Half-Life 3 or episode 3 or whatever the hell has been talked about. And I'm sorry, I will believe it when there's a trailer in front of me. I don't care what anyone says, how many trusted insiders. I don't believe it because we have been teased with Half-Life for so long that it was like Duke Nukem Forever. Except worse because if Half-Life 3 comes out, that'll actually be a good game. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. Call me what you will, but I don't believe any of this. But if it's true, your boy will be there. Your boy is going to be all over that. I know someone else will be all over that. I just don't believe it. At this moment, I don't believe it. They've cried wolf one too many times at this point. So I don't believe it. It's hard to believe with as many times as we've been said, oh, here it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. I would, however, like to see some sort of non-VR version of Alyx too. So if y'all are messing with Half-Life 3, if y'all want to throw that in there with the mix, that'd be also cool. I'm just saying, Val. Just saying. Next. we had an announcement that Gears of War, the original Gears of War, is officially coming to PlayStation 5 in August. After almost 20 years since it was first released on Xbox, Gears of War Reloaded is a modern version of the original Gears of War that features all of the improvements from Ultimate Edition, plus some modern performance boosts. The game is going to release on August 26th, costing $39.99 on all platforms. It'll be available on Xbox Game Pass. I feel this is the next step in Xbox going to putting first parties on other consoles. That will lead to all of their first parties being on other consoles, including Halo, which gives me hope for the Elder Scrolls 6, whenever the hell that's going to happen. I mean, we just had Oblivion remake come out, and it came out on all consoles. Awesome. The game had already come out on all consoles, so, you know, there's been a lot of speculation with what is going to happen with Elder Scrolls 6 and how it's going to be released. Is it going to be like a timed exclusive on Xbox? All consoles, I feel that they would be leaving money on the table. So if they just went, you know, console exclusive or timed exclusive or whatever. So, I mean, look, Indiana Jones got a quick turnaround. We'll see. I'm not a Gears of War person. I'll try it out. Game Pass, it's free. Why not, right? But you know, I feel that Halo's coming to PlayStation very soon. That's just my opinion. If it's not already in the works, it's, you know, being worked on currently. Next, we have some trailers to watch. We had a couple of announcements come out concerning some games that are going to be coming to us soon, including Mafia: The Old Country. It will be available on Xbox Series X and S, PC, and PS5. And let us watch the newest trailer for Mafia: The Old Country. I'm very excited about this one. I am very, very excited about this game.
Come in.
Bravery is not common in this world, Enzo. Loyalty, honor, obedience. They set the man apart from the rest. You took care of Messina, but this matter is not yet resolved. Will you help me bring it to a close?
Of course, Tantorisi.
Damn.
You again.
Coming August 8th. That looks awesome. Here's the fun part. An even better part. The game looks fantastic. It's not going to be open world like other Mafia games. It's going to be very, you know, linear focused. only going to cost $50. $50 for a new game coming out. And we just got done talking about price increases for Xbox games, which, if I didn't mention before, are going to be going up to $80 by the end of the year. Switch games going up in price. $50. 2K did what they were supposed to. It's set in the 1900s, and it shows the origins of the Mafia in Italy during that time period. It looks awesome, and I'm gonna play it. So when August comes around, we gonna support. We gotta support games like this, okay? They're giving it to us $50. We gotta support games like this, okay? So the next trailer that we're gonna get into also came with a huge announcement, and it was GTA 6. So let's get into that one. I've not seen this yet, by the way. I've avoided seeing this because I wanted to experience it here.
What you doing up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Seriously, dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
Oh, that's why you came by?
Just go get me my checks.
See you, Brian. Love you, Jason. I'm here for Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I've seen you here before.
Jason.
Hey.
Hey. Hands above your head, now!
You, stay. The new beginnings.
Trust me, this place is just the start for us. Ring the bell! Shot
It's Florida. It's Florida. It's Florida.
What you got?
Gonna do this? We're doing it right.
Yo, D, this full effect? They got your name, address, they got everything.
Us cops, we gotta protect each other.
You and me, Lou. We got this.
We got it.
Jesus Christ. Vice City.
Come to Fields Ammunition today. We got more guns than the law allows.
Hey.
I'm assuming you're gonna play us both. On some Bonnie and Clyde shit. So one thing is for certain. We're not getting it this year. May 26th, 2026. Every game that has been waiting to set a release date because they've been trying to avoid it. We talked about it last episode when we talked about Ghost of Yote. Everybody thought it was coming this summer. And then Rockstar said, nah, we're going to wait till next year because we need to make sure that we give you what you're expecting. And we're not there yet. Now we got to wait another year. And quite frankly, it's okay. There is a lot of stuff coming out this year. I will get the game. I'm not an online guy, so I'll just play the story. The story looks cool. Again, it's Florida, modern Florida. Yeah, damn. But the story looks cool. I'm assuming you're gonna play as both characters. They really, so it looks. I mean, the graphics wise, it looks great. We'll see what we get from the final product and see what else they're gonna show us here in the future as we lead up to next year, 2026, GTA 6. So yeah, that was an interesting delay, but you know, if it means getting a better polished game, then so be it. I'm all for delays. Uh, you know. So the next portion, I want to talk about Thunderbolts asterisk. I add it there mentally. Thunderbolts asterisk. Um, I don't want to talk about spoilers for the movie. I just want to talk about it themselves because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who has not seen it yet. But it was one of the best Marvel movies I've seen. It's up there. Now, I don't want to say it's better than this movie, it's better than that movie, but it's up there as a top Marvel Studios movie. And the reason I don't want to put it above one or another is because one, in the future, I plan to do a ranking of Marvel Studios movies, of my own personal ranking of where they fall. Um, so that might change if I say something now. But it was pretty dark movie, but still fun, and I really enjoyed it. It touches on depression and suicidal thoughts, you know, alcoholism, uh, but it brings these characters together, these rejects or losers or villains, together, and touches on these subjects, um, but shows the light at the end of the tunnel. And I think that's where I felt they did such a great job with it was, yeah, it's dark. Yeah, we're talking about sensitive subjects for some people. But we're showing you the light at the end of the tunnel. We're so I felt all of the characters, my bad, were very, very well written to the point where when I watched The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, by the end of it, and they did a very good job at this, I hated John Walker. I hated the U.S. agent. I didn't want nothing to do with the U.S. agent. Like, why is he here? This character was so well written that it turned me around on the character, um, for me. Like, I want to see more U.S. agent. Like, I'm looking forward to that. The way, not just how he was portrayed, but how the character was written. And all of them really, but this is one that I'm pointing to specifically because I just did not like him in coming into this. I was like, it's like the one I don't like, but okay, we can deal with it. Just showing his struggles and obviously the movie is led by Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova, and I've loved that character since we first saw her in Black Widow, which is a movie I did not like, and the redeeming value of the movie was her, and then so subsequently in other films and shows since then. But my biggest takeaway was she that character is just amazing, and I can't wait to see more of her and what they do with her, because it was just she brought that team together, and kind of gave it just everything about the movie was great. It was amazing. There are two after credit scenes, so one mid, one at the very end. So if you're gonna go see it and you don't want to miss them after credit scenes, just throwing that out there. The fight scenes were fun. They were awesome, and the pacing of the movie was great. For a movie as long as it is, I believe it's like about 2 hours something. I think the pacing of the movie was great. At no point did I feel this is dragging along too long. The villain, Bob, Sentry, the Void, they're all one character. This man's portrayal of Bob, the Sentry, and the Void were so phenomenal in how different they were, how they came across, how they spoke, everything, all of it. Like I said, all of this was done beautifully. I will say in this phase of movies, this post Endgame phase of movies, it would have to be the top. Like I said, I don't want to put it next to it's better than this movie, it's better than that movie. But I would say definitely this movie is one, if not the number one of this phase, of this saga, post Endgame. And I'm saying that as a Spider-Man fan who got No Way Home. That's all I'm gonna say. It's up. I feel that this movie is up there, and I don't know where I would put it in my official like full rankings, but there's a lot of movies I love throughout the MCU, and I feel that this one is up there. It's one of my favorites. I can't wait to watch it again. If I don't go see it in theaters again, I'll definitely be watching it when it gets released in streaming. And if it takes a long time to release on streaming, I'll buy the Blu-ray. That's how great this movie was. It felt like not a lot of the crew that worked on this movie was from A24, and it felt like a Marvel A24 movie in a sense. But the one thing I will say that I did not like, and I'm just gonna say this, I'm not gonna say what it was. I didn't like what they did with Taskmaster, but I also didn't like what they did with Taskmaster in Black Widow. So there's that too. But overall, I would say go watch it if you haven't gone to see it. Go see it in theaters. If you don't get the chance to, make sure you catch it when it comes out at home on demand or whatever, because it is a great movie, and again, without spoilers, it really touches on the future of the MCU. I know that there's been a lot of talks about how this movie is the new norm for Marvel and the direction that they're taking the Marvel Cinematic Universe since the end of Endgame, and the hiccups they've had along the way across different movies. It's been a very roller coastery up and down with Marvel movies, and they said that this is the new direction they're going. This is the new norm. This is where this is the kind of quality movie we want to make. I know they're reeling back how much content they're putting out as a whole, but we got Fantastic Four coming in June, so there's also that. So again, Thunderbolts, asterisk. If you've seen the spoilers, don't spoil it for other people. But we find out what that asterisk is all about. Where they get the name is also kind of hilarious. But the asterisk, and a shout out. The Red Guardian, my man, I love that guy. I love that guy. I love that guy. We need more. And I can't wait. I know that they will be back. I know that we've seen a cast list for Doomsday. We've got we've got a lot coming up. We've got Fantastic Four. We got Doomsday. We got Spider-Man Brand New Day. Secret Wars. And I know there's some stuff in between there that I'm probably missing. But those are the highlights right now for me. And it was really awesome. This was a really awesome movie. The only comparison I will make to another movie is it shocked me in the way that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 shocked me. Only because I wasn't expecting much from Guardians of the Galaxy. 'Cause I just didn't understand why we were doing a movie for these characters when it first got announced. But then when I saw it and I fell in love with the characters, I fell in love with the story. It was one of my favorite all-time Marvel movies. That's where what I felt watching Thunderbolts. It was just unexpected love for this movie. So, like I said, it's in theaters now. Go see it. And if you have seen it, tell me what you think. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about the movie. Maybe what I'm saying, you feel is off. Maybe you didn't like it. Maybe you feel that, it wasn't as great as I'm making it out to be. So let me know in the comments. With that said, we are closing out the episode. As always, thank you for the support. And as always, be good or be good at it.